Hey, hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, you will be learned Java variables and data types. So these are the very important concept. Without knowing the Java variables and data type, we cannot declare the value. First of all, you don't know how to declare these values and what is the data type, what is the variables. So let me explain one by one. So let me take that first concept as Java variables. Okay. mm, Java variables. So let me give the small and easy definition. So the Java variables are memory. I can say it's a one of the memory. Oh, and the variables are memory. It is used to store the value. It is used to store the values. So we have one more definition, and we can say like this: the variables or a containers is used to store the data or information. So anything you can use. So better two definition is there, you just go with the one definition. Okay, so then we know about what variables, and but we don't know what exactly the variable, what why it is called as a memory. See, in a programming language, okay, so it will be stored all the things in the memory. So how the memories will be there? So we cannot see these all the virtual things, it will be present virtually. See, like this it will be created on memory. In that memory we can store our information. How we can store this? For example, let me take an example. Okay, so I need an entity, or I can say this object. Okay, so my object is human. So human has multiple properties. Okay, so let me take some properties. uh, Human as a age, human as uh, a race. Okay, human as a name. These all are the properties belongs to the human. So now I want to say one of the human age. How I can say, how I can declare human age equal to 20. For example, it's a 20. The race, it's a white or black, like this, black color. And the name, okay, so one name I'm going to use, that is Smith. Okay, so we have declared the value like this. So this is the attributes, this is the attribute, this is the attribute value. So in the Java, the assignment operator, I mean equal operator, it will comparison operator, it will be used to store the data. See, 20 is the value or data, so that it will be stored in the age. So when you write like this, okay, if anytime if you write age equal to something 20, so immediately the memory it will be generated. One memory it will be generated like this. In that memory, the value will be stored like this, 20, but the memory name is age. So this is how the variable will be declared. So like this it will be stored the value. So again, now I want to change my value over here. Okay, So instead of this 20, if I write 30, what will happen again? So here this memory, this 20, it will be get erased. Instead of this 20, the 30 will be stored like this. We can use any number, so that's why it is called as variable. It has been split like this: vary plus able. Variable like this, it has been splitted. Okay, so here in the age I have used 20, in the race I have used black, the name I have used Smith. So how I can define this all or the which kind of the data? So that's why we need to learn this data types. Okay, the data types are mandatory, and it's a very important when you're declaring the data. So what exactly the meaning of this data type? So I would say it is used to determine the type of the data, what kind of the data we are going to store, that will be stored in a memory allocation. Okay, let me say this: it's a particular memory allocation. So each and every memory has a different address, so through this we can store the data. So what is the meaning of this data type? It is used to determine the data, which type of the data it will be stored in the particular memory allocation. So let me give one note point, and it's a remembering point. So the data types are always mandatory when declaring the data. This part you have to remember. And here in the Java we have two types. How many types? We have two types. So let me elaborate it one by one. So the first one, primitive data type. Primitive data type. And the second one, non-primitive data type. So first let me explain this. Primitive data type. Primitive data type. What are the things are present in the primitive data type? So the primitive data type again classified into two type. One thing I would say, the first one is non-decimal. First one is a non-decimal. Non-decimal means here actually the 8 types. So which of the value that doesn't have the decimal value, that kind of the value considered as a non-decimal. I can say all a precision value we would store here. Okay, so non-decimal data types. What are those non-decimal data types? Let me type it one by one. So the first one is byte. So byte has some certain memory. So it accept 1 byte of data, which means 8 bit. 8 bit. 1 byte means 8 bit of data. So second one, the second one is short. Second one is short. Second one is short. Short has also some certain size. I would say this is 2 byte. 2 byte in the sense, for the 1 byte 8. 2 byte means 16 bit. 16 bit. Similar manner, third one is int. So the most commonly used the number data type is integer. Int full form is integer. It has a 4 byte capacity. 4 byte capacity. 4 byte means 4 8s are 32 bit. And the fourth one is long data type. The long data type has 8 byte size. 8 byte size. So 64 bit. You can directly say it's a 64 bit. Byte is a very small. When compared to the short, byte is a very small. Short is little bit bigger than the byte. Similar manner, int is bigger than the short. Long is bigger than the integer. So these all are non-decimal values. And I'm talking about now the second type is decimal data types. All decimal data type. What are those decimal data types? So first one, let me give. The first one is float. So whenever I want to store any decimal kind of the values, we use float. Here we have again two types, float or double. Both we can use. The most commonly used, the double. The double has, sorry, the float has 4 byte data. 4 byte data can be accepted. 4 byte in the sense 32 bit. And the second one is double. Second one is double. It's the most commonly used when you're storing the decimal data. The capacity of this is 8 byte, and 8 byte means 64 bit. These all are the things. Okay, so already we learned 1 2 3 4 5 6 byte, short and long, float and double. And one more is there, so that is a boolean. I will not say it's a type, and it's a one of the decision making. Okay, so here I would consider as a boolean. Boolean has some certain size. It's a 1 bit size, only 1 bit. The maximum capacity is 1 bit. Why? Because it contains either false or true. Either true or false. Okay, so it's specially used to making the decision true in the sense, so one, it either it store 1 or it store 0. So this is the boolean data type. For boolean data type, interpreted either 1 or 0, just true or false. And the next one is char. character data type. Okay, so let me explain this character data. See, these all are accepting the numbers. For example, okay, let me write the example, short example here. Example, it selected only the integer values, integer in the sense 1 or 2, 12, like this it will be selected. Okay, so these all are the same thing. So when it comes to the float and decimal, example is decimal value is 5.5, like this 5.1, like this value it will be stored. Boolean means we can store true or false. So now I'm talking about this char data type. Char data type, it has some size, that is 2 byte of size. 2 byte in the sense 16 bit. Okay, so char, it is the data type. It is used to store only the characters. What are the characters we consider? Such as I can say it's an alphabet, all alphabets A to Z, and caps letter A to Z, and numbers, some 1 2 3. Okay, let me write 0 to 9, it's also numbers, and some special character like at, dollars. These are the special character. So all are the different category. So if you want to make it as a character, you need to use single quotation mark. Okay, we have to use single quotation mark. We have to use single quotation mark. Okay, and here we can store, or we can store only one character. How many character we can store? Only the one character we can store. Only one character in the sense, let me give an example. Okay, so now I want to store a, which data type? It's a char data type. In the char data type I can store like this, some name is there. The name I can initialize like this a. And another example, uh, again I'll select this name, and I can use some special character also. If we enclose the single quotes, it became a character, but it is a character, but it is not a character. When you write two or more than one character, then it is not considered as a character. This is the wrong. It is not a proper value. It's a wrong. So can we store the number? Yes, we can store this number also, but number is also considered here some character. So like this we can store any of the character. And the one over the last one is, I would say, this is string. It is actually belongs to the non-primitive data type. Okay, I'll take it as non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data type. Here we have three types. How many types? Three types. The first one is string. Second one is array. Third one is class. So now it's a very important thing is string, arrays and class we will be learning in the future sessions. So let me explain now only the string. So whenever we want to store, okay, want to be stored sequential value or number of character, any number of character, we use string data type. Okay. So again, any number of character means, again I'll take the same example such as A to Z or uppercase A to Z, A to Z number 0 to 9 and any of the special character. So this also we can use, but we can store either single value or more than one value also. And here mandatory to remember this point, we have to use whenever you want to write the string, we have to use double quotation. So in the character, single quotation, but string we have to use double quotation. Double quotation mark. Double quotation mark. Within that you can write your string. Okay. And one more point. Here we can store either one value or more than one value. We can store any number of character, for example, let's say one example. So let me take this again, the name equal to within the double quotes to be written. Okay, so now I want to write one name, that is Martin. This is the example. Okay, for example, age equal to, through the string format also we can write this. So this is about the entire thing on the data types and variables. And now what we should learn is, so how to declare that a variable we should know. Without knowing this, we cannot store the value. So first of all, we move towards the how to declare the declare the variables. How to declare this variables will be learn how to declare this. Okay, so let us give me sorry let me give me the syntax. Okay, based on the syntax we can easily understand. So in the first session I told you it's a completely syntactical language. If you learn the syntax, that will be very easy to write this. Okay, we already learned this type data type. First we need to specify this data type, then followed by variable variable name. Okay, between you have to give one space and terminated by semicolon. Okay, so this is the syntax about the declaring the variable. What happened for this variable name? So let me give one example. For this example I would say, first, okay, if you select any one of the object, so object has some different properties. Based on the properties will be specified. For example, let me take human age. Okay, so int is a data type. Int is a data type, and age is a variable name. Age is a variable name, and it will be terminated by the semicolon. Okay, so here you can see this. So age memory, it will be created here like this. When you declare the variable name, then it will be created one age memory. Okay, so now we'll be learning this, how to initialize the variable. How to initialization the variable. I'm going to initialize my variable. So how to do this? Very simple. Again, let me give one syntax again. Very simple syntax it is. Let me write this variable name equal to some value. This comparison operator is used to store the value. Okay, any value, and I would say this data. Okay, and terminated by semicolon. This is the syntax. Based on the syntax, I'm going to write one example. Example 1. Okay, so I have a same entity. The entity has a age. I'm going to write 24. Okay, just a random number I'm going to pass. So now when I initialize my value into the variable, then the 24, it will be stored in that particular memory allocation. So this is how the value will be initialized in the particular memory allocation. But you can separately also declare this variable and initialize, and you can also merge. So now we are learning with both how to declare and initialize in the single line. Initialization of the initialization of variables. How to do this? Simple. Again, let me write this syntax. One simple syntax. Oh, spelling wrong over here. What is the syntax? First, we have to write this data type. Data type. So after this, we use variable the name equal value or data, then semicolon. This is the syntax of initializing and declaring the value within the single line. So first, okay, I'm just doing this. Int is the data type and age is the variable name equal to just 24. Okay, so this is also we can declare and initialize the value. And we'll be learning some more different example based on the data types. So int is a value will be stored, and let me write character char data type. So char data type, I'll write char char. I'll select variable name might be anything you can give. Variable name character, so that is a is a character, and another data type is string mm, string name equal to, in the double quotes we should write word is a name, and the next one is it's a boolean, it's a data type, and you can say one variable name, and here you can store either false or you can store true. So like this you can use your all kind of the data type. So now we'll be learning so how to write the basic program in the Java language. So very pretty simple it is. First let me give the structure of the Java program. How the structure will be, you have to know the structure. Structure is nothing but is one of the syntax. I can say structure of the Java program. Else structure or syntax of the Java program. Okay, so first we should know this. It has a three component. It has a three component. So what are those components? One by one we'll say. The first one, class name. The second one is a main a method. The third one is printing statement. So this three component must be in the program. Okay, so you can see first a class name, how to declare this class name, how to call this class name. So always the class name followed by the name called class. You can write your class name, class name, and open curly braces and close curly braces. So this is the scope of the class. Okay, yes, I can select this. So this is a scope of the class. Scope of the class from the open curly braces to ending the curly braces. So after this we can write our main method. How the main method will be started? It's public static void main. Okay, here we have to pass the argument, that is string array argument, string array argument, and it is also one scope. So this is the scope of the main method. Till here the scope of the main method scope. So in the main method we can write our printing statement. We can write how to write the printing statement. So system dot out dot print. Okay, this is the printing statement. Especially we use the print ln means it's a next line, print ln. So here you can print the value. So this is how the syntax will be there. So based on that will be writing the program. So okay, let me write my first program. So I'm going to write my first program. Is very easy. I want to say hello world. How can I say this hello world? So first I should write my class, and I have to give my class name. It's one of the name. I'll just give the demo. Okay, so after this I'll open my curly braces and I close the curly braces. So in between what I'm going to write is I'm going to write my main method, public static void main string array argument. So after this, I'll open my curly braces and I close the curly braces. So in between I'm going to write one print statement. So what I want to display is I want to display hello world. So system dot out dot print ln. So within this I'm going to pass my argument hello world. Hello world. So this is a simple program. So let me execute the simple program and have to terminate by the semicolon. So now let me execute this program in the Eclipse. I'll just open my Eclipse. It will take some time to open. Okay, so after this, so here I already created this Java beginners. Again I'll just delete it, and again I'll create it. Okay, so now I'm going to create my new project. That new project, so I selected Java project and I select this, and I'll give the Java beginners. Okay, just click as finish. Okay, so now here you can see this Java beginners will be there. Scanned. Uh, yes, so here Java beginners, it will be there. Here src means it's a source folder. Here you can create one package. How to create this package? See, this is how creating the package. Let me give the packages, uh, programs. Just give the name as programs. Okay, just created one project. In this program package I'm going to create one class. So this is my class I'm going to create, and class name I'm going to give. Okay, just give the class name is demo. So this is the graphical user interface. You can select here only directly the public static void main method, but now when you're in the beginner, so should not use this method, and first type and practice, then you learn the what there's all those things. Just click on this finish. So now you can see this. Here you can see the class demo, it automatically generated. Again I'll type it all the things. So let me write it as first class. uh, my class name is demo, and open curly braces and close curly braces. In between I'm going to write my main method, public static void main. So inside this we have to write string array arguments. Okay, again in the next line I'm going to open my curly braces and close my curly braces. So now I want to display hello world. How can I display this? I'll write system. I'm going to write my print statement system. Okay, some suggestion it will be given. So system dot out. So but remember, the Java is a case sensitive language. Print ln, and here you can pass some argument. Hello world. Hello world you can pass. So this is how we can write our basic program. So after this we have to save this program and you can run here. So before that you can see here no output is present here at the end of the line. Okay, now let me execute this. If I execute, it will print hello world. So this is how we can write the basic program. And remembering point is the Java is a case sensitive language. Java is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive means what? See, uh, so one is a lowercase, one is uppercase here, and one more is a lowercase. Can we say the both are equal? No, it's highly impossible because the uppercase ASCII size is around 65 and the lowercase a is 97. How we can consider 65 equal to 97? So that's why Java is a case sensitive. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. So if you really feel happy, you just share the video. Thank you.